MooMooMath and Science. In this video, I'd like to talk about finding the LCM and the GCF of four numbers. And this will actually work for four or more. Actually, it'll work for 2, 3, 4, or how many. And I like to use prime factorization, especially once you get above 3. I think it just is the easiest way to find the LCM and the GCF. So I'm going to complete a factor tree for 18, and I'm going to start 2 times 9. And then 2 is prime, and it's very important that you circle your prime numbers to complete it this way. And then 3 times 3 equals 9, so they're both prime. So I'm now down to all my prime numbers with 18. So now I need to, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to cross this out. My spacing is bad. And here's 24, and there's 2, okay? So now let's go 8. 8 is 4 times 2. I'll circle my prime, and 4 is 2 times 2, and they are both prime. Now 24, we'll go 2 times 12. 2 is prime. 6 times 2, 2 is prime, and then 3 times 2, and they are both prime. In just a second, you'll see why it's important to circle the prime numbers. And obviously, 2 is prime. Okay, so now to find the LCM, all you do is, to find the GCF, the first thing you do is see which prime numbers are common in all 3 numbers. And so I'm going to divide this here. This is 8 right here. So this is the 18, the 8, the 24, and then the 2. And sometimes dividing it like this will really help. So I see the 2 in the 18, 2 in the 8, 2 in the 24, and obviously 2 there. So we have 2, and now we see 3, but it's not in any others. So the greatest common factor will be 3, because it is the only prime number found in all 4 of your numbers. Okay. Now for your LCM, this is a little bit different situation. So what we do is we find, first, let's start with a prime number that's found in all 4 of these, and that is the 2. And I'm going to mark it out as I go through. So the 2 is found here, 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 and here. So I have a 2. Okay. Next, a 3 is here and here. So I'm only going to write 1, 3. Now let's go back. I have another 3. Okay. But it's not duplicated, so I'll write the 3 there. So I've crossed the 3 out. And now we have a 2 here and a 2 in this section, so I cross the 2 out. And finally, I'm down now to just 2 2's, 2, 2. So what you're doing, anytime that it's found in more than one number, you only write it once. If it's an individual number, like the 3 was here, then you write that number. So now all we do for the LCM is multiply these together. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36. And 36 times 2 is 72. And so there's your LCM. I think it's the easiest way whenever you have 3 or more numbers. Let's work another example, a little bit different, because these factor trees will be very small. Because 5 is prime, okay? 3 is prime. 4, we'll factor it 2 times 2. So now we have these prime numbers, okay? So I'll circle them like I've taught you to do, okay? So now for the GCF, there is not a number that is common in all 4. We have 2's in 2 of them, but not all 4. So the greatest common factor is 1. Now to find the lowest common multiple, we're going to do first 5, because we have a 5, but it's not duplicated. 3 is not duplicated. The 2 is duplicated here, so we'll write 1, 2, and we're left with 1, 2 left over. So now we just go 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. And 30 times 2 is your LCM of 60. Okay, and let's go ahead and work one more final example. So we start, and let's first, this is already prime. 3 times 3, what am I thinking? 3 times 3, that's not right, excuse me. We have 2 times 9, 2 is prime. And now we go 3 times 3, sorry about that. And next we have 7 times 2, 2 is prime, and 7 is prime. So now we have 4 numbers, and I like to do this just so you can easily. And now for the greatest common factor, we have to find a number that is found in all 4 numbers. 3 is in 2 of them, 2 is in 2 of them. So the GCF is 1. Now we start working on our LCM. I'm going to start with 3, and the 3 is with 3, and the 3 is here with 18. And so I'm going to write a 3 down. And then we have another 3, then a 2, but it is duplicated here and here. Oops, I didn't circle that. And here, so I'm going to write down the 2. And it looks like all we have left, the only prime number we have left is 7. So now 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. And 18 times 7 is 126. So the LCM is 126. Okay. Now again, factor it, circle all your primes. Then for your GCF, it needs to be found in all 4 numbers. If not, then it is 1. And then for the LCM, you start eliminating all your primes, and if there is a duplicate prime, you only write it once. Hope that helps. MooMooMath uploads a new math or science video every day.